Well, this has been an extremely difficult year in my garden. I have had so many issues with a possum of all things. He crawls along my block wall here and somehow he gets into my garden and he has pretty much eaten all my tomatoes. I have planted so many tomato plants and I'm going to show you what he does. He climbs along the middle of the branches so they all kind of are stressed, hanging on the sides. And then he goes through and just devours the tomatoes. And I have managed to salvage maybe a quarter of my tomato harvest, but it's been a lot of work and I have not been able to catch him. I've tried traps, I've done everything. So this year is kind of a wash, but next year I have some ideas about how I'm gonna corral these tomato plants and make sure that I can keep them out before any of that starts. But let me show you some of the stuff he does at night so you can see what I'm talking about. This is what I woke up to this morning. He walks along the top of these tomato plants. So I'm gonna start with this bed right here, and what I'm gonna do is just pull any tomatoes that are good. I'm gonna set them aside, and for the most part, I'm just gonna take all these out, and then I'm gonna show you the idea that I have. There just isn't much down here in the way of tomato plants. A lot of these tomatoes have just been completely chewed off and eaten. There's a good example. It's got a lot of dirt on it, but basically half the tomato is gone. So today's video has been sponsored by Hide-A-Life Plastic Fence, and I was really excited when they contacted me because I've had such a problem with these possums. So when I looked at the product online, it looked amazing. It looked strong and sturdy, and so what I'm going to do is just unfold it. The directions say that as soon as you get it, to unfold the fence and stabilize the poles. So this is the fence right here. It's a nice size. It looks like, I'm going to give you a close-up. These are very close together. They're woven very close together, and it has stakes that just go into the bottom of the box. So this is a 3-foot fence. It's 3 feet high by 50 feet long. So what I'm going to do is do exactly what they said. I'm just going to unroll this fence. I think for me it'd be easier to actually unroll it right here, right in the dirt. Okay, so now you can do one of two things. You could either continue to wrap this around whatever it is that you have, or in my case, I actually have a gate that's coming from the same company a little bit later today. And so I'm going to be putting a gate here, and I'm wondering, because this is still a lot of fencing left, I'm wondering if I could get 2 boxes out of this, because that's basically what I do, is 2 boxes for my tomatoes. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably cut this and then I'll zip tie it to one of these green poles. And I think that will work really good. So this is what I'm thinking. This fence looks really nice. I mean, I'm gonna make it a lot tighter, and you've got these stakes that come with it. So all you do to anchor this on is you take this little rope that they provide you. You're going to take the part that's got the little round piece. You just got to put it under the little stake, and then you're going to use this to anchor this down to the ground. And this will stabilize it so that your whole fence won't come over. So I'm going to bring you back as soon as I get my fence put together and I get this whole thing done. I'm going to tell you how long it took me, and I'll show you the end product. So far, I think this is a winner. I think this is going to work really good for my garden. And an extra step that I'm going to do next year, so this top part of the fence here, I'm actually going to get some bird netting, and I'm going to just zip tie it all around the top of that. And instead of growing these indeterminate tomatoes that just, you know, grow to the sky, I'm actually going to be growing tomatoes that are determinate next year. So they're going to be much shorter and much easier to manage in a little bin like this. Well, it's day 2 of putting my animal fence up around my tomato bed, and I just put the little gate together. It was so easy. Let me show you how simple this thing was. So these were the directions for the temporary fence gate installation. It basically had 3 steps, and it just had you lay everything out on the table and basically just screw all the little pieces in together. It was so simple. I don't know who came up with this design, but I just thought it was amazing. So let's go put this out in the garden, and I'll show you how the whole thing comes together. All right, so this is my temporary fencing gate. Now, I didn't secure it with the little post that you pull with the rope on the other ends of each side of this. I decided to use my tomato cages, because this is strictly going to be for tomatoes, and I put those in the 4 corners. And then when it's time to secure it next year, all I'm going to do is take these little post things and just put them right into the ground. Look at that. That is amazing. I don't know who came up with this idea, but I just think this thing is wonderful. I'm going to get some bird netting, and I'm going to put it over the top of it. And then that way, hopefully I can keep that possum out of my tomatoes next year. And so I put these tomato cages in all 4 corners of my fence. I just think that is going to work out perfect for me. Look at how wonderful that looks. I'm going to put a taller tomato cage here. So this is the final picture, how it's going to look. And let me show you the gate. I don't know who invented this. I think they're genius. I mean, it took me like 5 minutes to put this together. So all you do is lift this little hook here and just open the gate. Look at that. Now I can get in. If I need to pick anything, I can do it. Oh, this is going to make next season so much better. See that mess over there? I'm hoping, now I won't know until next year, but I think what I'm going to do, this is 50 feet of fencing that they sent me. And I'm wondering if I can cut this netting along this edge here and just zip tie it to another post and have enough to do that other, or I may just put it all the way around it. I don't know, but I'm going to see if I have enough fencing. Look at this, all this left over. I don't know. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to make it into another little area to put my fence together. I also could wrap that around twice if I wanted to, just to make it a little stronger. I may do that. So what I really like is that all I have to do to finish out the season is just pull out the posts, just like this, roll it up, put it back in the box, and next season I'm ready to go. So I'm going to zip tie those when it's time to actually put the fence together next year. But Anyway, you get the idea. I think this was a great solution. I hope it works next year. I'll probably update you next summer when I get my tomatoes in for the next year. And I'm excited to give it a try. So my fence is all ready to go. I'm actually going to pull out the stakes, roll it up, put it in the box. I expect it'll take another 5 minutes, and this will be all ready for next planting season. So I am 65 years old, going on 66, and if I can put this thing together, anybody can. And I just think this is such a great little design. I just want to thank Hide a Life for sponsoring this video. If you're interested in any kind of plastic or mesh fencing for your garden area, I think this is going to work out really good. So maybe it would work out good for you as well. So thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.